All right, 1 second.
Gang, gang.
Jiggle time. Hey,
Hi, guys.
GM.
Let us know when you're ready to get started, Lisa.
Oh yeah, we're live. We're ready to go.
Ready to go. Let's go.
Yes.
So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hack the Grid Level 1 Winners Showcase. I'm Fawn, Head of Community at Luxo, and I'll be your host today. So we're really thrilled to have you all join us as we kind of celebrate the innovative projects emerging from Hack the Grid grant program, all built within the Luxo ecosystem. So as a little TLDR, Hack the Grid is a 4-level builder program designed to push mini decentralized applications, or otherwise known as mini dApps, to the next level. So these kind of initiatives and challenges get developers to create kind of high impact mini dApps for the grid, a feature that transforms universal profiles into dynamic interactive spaces where digital identity, social interaction, and creativity collide. So with a total funding pool of 150,000 in LIX, builders have been leveraging the grid's infrastructure, universal profiles, and Luxo's user-centered smart contracts to create these new next-gen dApps that seamlessly blend Web 2 and Web 3. So today we're going to be focusing on the winners of level 1 of Hack the Grid. So over the period of about 3 weeks spanning across January and February, developers from around the world hacked tirelessly to bring their ideas to life. And here we are now to showcase the fruits of their labor. So we have a very exciting lineup of projects that I think are like great examples of the creativity and innovation that we're aiming to foster over here in the Luxo ecosystem. So before we dive into all of the presentations and the demos, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Annalisa, who will be very kindly managing the stream and ensuring everything runs super smoothly. So Annalisa, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Fawn. And hi, everyone. I am super excited for this live stream today and really even more excited to see all the amazing projects that came from the community and from Hack the Grid, especially level 1. I know we just wrapped up level 2. We've got level 3 coming up and a few more, but yeah, level 1 was the starting point in the launch pad. So I'll be on this stream, excuse me, I'm a little sick, but I'll be on the stream handling logistics, moderating any comments. We will have some time for Q&A. So you can hit the chat either on YouTube or on X, and I'll make sure that we get some of your questions addressed for the builders. And yeah, thanks.
Thanks so much, Annalisa. And I'm also very honored to have Jonathan, our CGO at Luxo's Foundation, joining us today. So Jonathan, pleasure to have you here, as always.
Thanks, Fawn. Delighted to be part of this showcase. It's been, really exciting to see a lot of existing developers in the ecosystem, and also new ones coming in to, tinker, discover, and innovate at the end of the day. Been looking forward to this all week. Now's the time to celebrate the work, creativity, and in using universal profiles and the Luxo standard proposals. It's been great to see all the energy from the community, from the builders, from the partners, and looking forward to this. And I can't believe there's still 2 more of these levels to go. So let's dive in.
No, absolutely. So today's format is quite straightforward. So we'll kind of go through each grant category. So we had 3 of them: Origin, Core, and Prime. And we'll go through the builders who are with us. They're going to present a live demo of their projects. So after each demo, we'll kind of have this space to have a brief Q&A session to delve deeper into their work and any kind of future plans around the projects that they built. So I'd also like to take a quick moment to acknowledge all of the participants of Hack the Grid. Your dedication and hard work are what make initiatives like this possible. So, whether you're a seasoned developer or you're new to the blockchain space and just testing out, our standards and things like that in our ecosystem, all of your contributions are totally like invaluable to the growth and diversity of the Luxo ecosystem. So thank you from all of us for being here and participating. And we can't wait to see all of the amazing dApps that come out of all 4 levels. So now, without further ado, let's dive into the presentations and see what our talented builders have created. So we are going to start with our Origin grant winners. So these projects are in their kind of early stages, but our judges found that they showed kind of great potential and innovation in terms of the usage and what they've kind of built. So I think what would be great is if we can have Emir come up, who is from the project Unitrade. And hopefully he can give us a little demo of what he built.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Emir.
Hey, Amir.
So, Emir, welcome to the stream, first of all. Could you start by giving us an overview of Unitrade and kind of walk us through how it works?
Yeah, of course. First of all, I would like to say hi, everyone. I'm Emir, a full stack vector developer from Rata Labs. So glad to be here, and thanks for this great opportunity. Well, Unitrade is a mini NFT marketplace built on Luxo. It's all about seamless selling NFTs, LSP8, under your universal profile grid. It's something like OTC selling. In addition, you're able to sell NFTs with Luxo native token leaks or LSP7 tokens, which makes Unitrade flexible. Moreover, it has a referral program that lets you earn while others sell.
That's very cool. And what would you say? I mean, we'd love to see it if you're able to share your screen. That would be amazing to actually see
sure.
a live demo. But just while we're waiting on that, oh yes, we can see. Amazing. Yeah, talk us through it.
Okay, here's a Unitrade, but I would like to start from the admin page. It has 2 pages actually. One is called admin page, so you can list your NFTs for sale and copy link and embed your grid. You can create a category like this and put it for sale. Here's the admin page. I would like to start. Here's the LSP contract address. You can add, of course, in the next releases, we will add a feature. You can search by name or contract address. But for now, for the beta version, you have to add LSP8 contract address. After that, you will choose which token you would like to put for sale. The third one is the token. 0 is for leaks for the native token of Luxo. You can also find the other LSP7 tokens by searching its name, which is great. For example, in this case, we can sell an NFT with fish. Here is the price you can put, for example, 42, and referral fee, which is great if someone else, sell your NFTs through their universal profile. For example, in this case, you can add 5%. And after you need to approve, which means this contract can transfer ownership of the token. So after approving, you will sign a transaction and you will list your NFTs in this box, as you can see here. And each of them has status, for example, listed in the market or sold out, something like that. And 3 important actions: cancel listing, update, so you can change the price or the referral fee percentage. At the end, you will be able to copy, embed link, and easily you can create a category, or here you can add directly to your grid and put it for, let's say, sell, exactly like this. Okay. as you can see, I need to approve these changes. Okay, sorry. So you can see the price here, view the NFT, you can see the whole collection, you can review its traits and the other tokens related to this collection. And if you tap buy now, you will sign a transaction and contract will transfer the ownership and it will be sold out.
That's amazing. It's really bringing like on-chain economy straight to the grid. You know, previously you'd have to do all of this stuff on a marketplace, but it's amazing that you're able to do a lot of this functionality now just within your grid.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even choosing that one specific asset, right? And then being able to take payment in, you know, either the native token or any token on the network. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
And so in terms of Unitrade, you know, have you got any next steps? Are you thinking about any kind of upcoming features or integrations that you'd like to kind of build this out now that you've won the first kind of grant with this? Is there any future ambitions for it?
Yes, of course. Actually, after the hackathon, after the event, we plan to improve the UI UX first. That's the first reason, people would like to use mini dApps. So the first thing we would like to expand and improve is about UI UX. For example, you will be able to search for collections. You will see in a state of dealing with the token IDs, which normal people cannot work with it. We will add your tokens, own tokens. You will see visual version of the NFTs, and after UI UX, we will improve something in a state of adding one by one to your category here. You will be able to list all your NFTs here. So you don't need to edit or remove one by one. So all are about the UI UX. Actually, that's the next step we would like to cover.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Sounds amazing. I mean, this was one of my favorite projects as well. I'm a big NFT girly, so I definitely appreciated this one. Thank you so much for giving your lowdown on it, giving a little demo for us.
Amir, I just got one question. Correct me if I'm wrong. With the referral fee, this is like, for example, this is your profile. You've got the asset. If someone else comes to your profile and then clones, you know, this specific kind of widget to theirs, is that when the referral fee kicks in?
Yeah, exactly. Before
Okay.
the app provider, actually, before the app provider, we had only one wallet. Actually, developers can retrieve one wallet address in order to develop a, let's say, application, better application. But with the app provider, there are two wallet addresses. Which first one is about the connected wallet. The second one is about the context wallet. Here, with this step, we can read the context wallet. For example, if you clone this NFT to your own profile, and if you be able to sell this NFT, you will get 5% of this. Because here I added 5%.
That's cool. So basically other people with universal profiles can help you kind of market and sell the asset, and then they get a cut of the fees effectively, or
Exactly.
the sale. Yeah, that's super cool.
Very cool. Like if you think
Yeah.
about an influencer, for example, that would put everyone's different NFTs on their page. If any of them sell, I mean, that could be a decent income.
Yeah,
Nice. I like that feature.
that's amazing.
No, super cool. Thank you so much for this demo. Can't wait to see what you do with it in the future. I'm sure you'll make it look super beautiful and all of the upcoming features that you mentioned. Yeah, very looking forward to seeing the updates.
Thank you.
We actually have Amir coming back to speak about some other projects as well, so he's going to stay on with us. But now we have the second project that we have, which is Subs by Heisenberger. Heisenberger, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, everyone.
So welcome. Tell us about what Subs is all about and show us how it functions, if you can.
Yeah. So Subs is essentially and people can subscribe to those tiers, and you would get recurring payments every single month.
Heisenberger, I think you got cut off earlier. Would you mind just?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
By Ethernet. Okay. So Subs is basically a subscriptions platform similar to Patreon or other platforms like that, where you can set up subscription tiers. People can subscribe, and then you would get recurring payment every single month. And so I'm going to connect my wallet and do a demo here real quick. So this is the application on the Subs universal profile, and you can see the admin dashboard. I have created a couple of subscriptions here, but if you want to create a new one, you simply click create, you input the details, so the subscription name, the tier name, the price, and the token you want to accept. For now, it just accepts 3 LSP7 tokens, but in the future, you would be able to accept native token like Luxo or any token that you like by simply inputting the address, like for example stablecoins. But so I have already created a subscription for today. It's called Demo Day, and when you create a subscription, if you want to add it to the grid, you simply click Add to Grid. This copies a link, and then you would simply add a new widget, paste the link, save it, and then people would be able to subscribe to that subscription tier. But I have already done that. So let me actually connect with my personal profile here and subscribe in real time. So I'm going to go here and then switch to main. Okay, so you can see I have already subscribed to 3 other tiers. And this is the one I created today for the demo day. It costs 15 fobs. So this would be deducted every single month automatically. And I'm also, as a subscriber, I'm also guarded against anyone draining my wallet because this is hard capped, right? So the content creator or whoever you're subscribing to can't really drain your funds because this is hard coded, if you will. So you're all safe on that front. So first you got to authorize, and then after we authorize, we can simply subscribe, and then until we cancel the subscription, will be deducted every single month.
That's awesome.
And so this also mints an NFT. So each payment has an NFT attached to it. And so as a content creator, you can track how many payments people have made, when they have made, right? If they're on a streak, if there was if they stop for a bit, right? And so you can track all that through the NFT. And yeah, this is how the subscription works.
That's super interesting. I think it's a great idea with the NFTs. It's almost like a receipt for the person, but then you're collecting all of these to show that you really are the biggest fan of whoever it is that you're subscribing to, or like showing your kind of loyalty, and that can actually be managed on the blockchain now, where if someone collects 50 of those receipts, then you can end up airdropping them something special or whatever, because they're a true kind of long-term OG fan of yours and stuff. So I really love that idea. John, any questions?
Yeah, no, this is super cool. Heisenberger, with I think you mentioned, so you get an NFT once it's subscribed. Are you using LSP1, the universal receiver, to trigger that, or?
No, it's within the contract function. So it just so subscription contract mints an NFT itself.
Cool. Yeah. No, another great project. I think the interesting thing about with Subs is that this is one of those dApps where it's not completely just user or audience facing, right? You've got a component, it's split into two components, right? You've got the component or widget where you manage the subscriptions, and then the one where you show the subscription. And so like I see you're putting the manage subs in a separate tab, but talking to the team, given this dynamic, depending on the dApp, they are building a feature in which you would be able to keep, things like the manage subs widget, which is only relevant for the universal profile owner. You could keep it hidden and then only have the things that are relevant to, a specific audience visible, right? But obviously everything's, still on the blockchain, but just from a user experience perspective, that's going to be it's going to be a nice touch as the grid evolves.
Yeah, I love it. So could you tell us a little bit about the vision for the subs in like the next kind of year, like any plans for expansion, new features?
Yeah, so first I would like to simplify the contracts a bit, make it more friendly to use, implement batch transactions. So it's actually similar to how Patreon works, right? Like you don't have to deal with signing transactions or like signing multiple transactions. And so that's the priority. Then would be accepting also payments in any token or native Lux. So having complete freedom to accept any payment on chain. And then also analytics, right? So you want to know how much you're getting paid, how many subscribers you have for each tier, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the improvements that I'm working on.
Yeah, that makes total sense. John, did you want to comment anything else on this one before we move on?
No, I think it was super cool.
Yeah, big fan of this one as well. I think this could affect a lot of kind of creative industries, which is exactly what kind of Luxo wants to do and impact that space. So yeah, I'm very, very hopeful for this one in the future. Thanks so much, Heisenberger, for presenting.
Thanks, Heisenberger.
Thanks, dude. So we also want to acknowledge 2 other Origin grant projects that couldn't be with us live today. So we have Content Area Hub, who also won one of this round by 030 Future. This was mainly like a project focused on organizing Luxo related content in like a structured and accessible way. So they also won a grant. So congratulations to them as well. Unfortunately, they couldn't join us today. And then we also had incentivized Q&A by Tuzi. And this was a platform designed to reward knowledge sharing within the Luxo ecosystem. They also won a grant, so massive congratulations to them. So moving on to the next round, it is the core grant winners. So these projects have demonstrated strong potential for real-world adoption and are a little bit further along in their development. And this is what the kind of judges thought about them. So I believe we have Boz on with us from Inkso on stage.
Hello.
Hey, Boz.
Hey.
Welcome. So can you introduce us to Inkso and explain to us how it kind of utilizes Luxo's ecosystem? And if you don't mind throwing up your screen to show the audience what you have created.
So I'm Boz. I created Inkso as like a decentralized platform that lets you extend your like online persona in a whole new way. You can sign profiles or graffiti walls is what we call it, but you can create personalized signatures, and then like it just helps build a digital identity that represents whoever it is, whatever profile is doing it. So let me go to it. So this is a graffiti wall. As you can see, there's already a ton of cool art that people have created, and people have signed my profile with it. So I'm just gonna continue talking about so these are signatures I created. I'm not as artistically talented as a lot of people in the ecosystem, so I just have my signature. But there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. You can, if you have a friend and you want to show, like, this, I like this person, you can go to their profile and you can sign it. If someone is a fan of you, they can bid for your signature, and you can choose to sign it, or you can choose to not assign their profile. I'm gonna connect my things, so I can create the signature directly from the grid, and I'm not going to do it, but that shows, you can do this from pretty much any grid that has added the InkSo. So yeah, it's just supposed to be a way to create like direct relationships with other universal profiles.
Yeah, it's super cool. And am I right in thinking that if someone draws something on your profile, that you can actually end up selling that? Is there like that transfer, or was that a feature that you were hoping to build on in the future?
So that's going to be the next signature, which will be the V2, where you can, create a art piece or a signature, and you can put a price to it, and people can then just buy that instead of bidding for it directly. Mm-hmm. And the V1 is a soulbound NFT, so it creates that direct relationship. So that if you have this on your graffiti wall, if on your profile, that that person directly interacted with you. Mm-hmm. While the V2 will be like you're just a fan of someone's art, or you're a fan of something and you want to support them by buying it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think this is such an amazing social application, just friend to friend. But you also think like how special this would be if you happen to wake up one day and an amazing artist had drawn something incredible just randomly on someone's grid, mm-hmm. and that becomes, a piece of art, like a Banksy almost. I think it's such a cool idea. What kind of inspired you to create this? Where did the kind of idea come from?
The idea came from like super old Steam lore, which Steam is a gaming platform, and you have profiles on there, and people would pay for someone to go comment on people's profiles. And I was like, well, Luxo kind of creates a cooler way to do that, because with universal profiles, you can, have that direct tie with another universal profile, and it's all on the blockchain. So, it's not in the it's not locked by a centralized being. So yeah, it was just old internet lore that I thought could be extended by the Luxo. So
no, I love it. John, any thoughts, any questions?
Yeah, I mean, really, like I think InkSo really embodies what Luxo is all about, right? Which is the creative economy, and allow people to express their art and to co-create, in a way with the graffiti wall. And so, actually, when we were reviewing your project, had I'm not a dev myself, but Maxime and Eduardo did say like, yeah, it's a complex one on the back end. So I mean, kudos to putting in all the work to develop something like this, and yeah, definitely saw a lot of the community trying it out and having fun with it. So I did have one question. There is an NFT aspect to it. Would you mind just kind of double clicking on that interaction when you're interacting with the widget and how it works?
Yeah. So each of the signatures are an NFT contract, and whoever creates it is the owner of that contract. So
okay.
This would be the representation of that NFT, and this profile would be able to choose who they sign with that NFT. So they're kind of like the, whoever creates the signature is the owner, and they get to choose what to do with it.
That's super cool. And then you've even got like almost like all the marketplace bidding kind of UI all in one. So it's like a co-creation platform plus marketplace plus event listing all in one.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the whole idea, is that anybody can do this and, create something cool. And then if other people want it, they can go and get it. So
amazing.
Very cool.
And all these kind of like profile pictures, these are the these are the avatars of the actual universal profiles themselves, right? With all the usernames. So
Yes, and these are the profiles that have been signed by the signature, so you can see from this page directly who they've interacted with.
It's very
super
cool.
And there's just one more thing to know. Like, let's say someone signed your profile that you don't want, because you don't want to be associated. You can burn these insignias because they are soul bound. So the burning mechanism through the LSP 8 allows you to remove it from your profile.
Oh, cool.
That's a great feature. Just
yeah,
anyone,
especially its permissions.
Yeah.
So, have you had to burn any? And if you could talk about it, what were they? I'm curious.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
If you go to the homepage of Inkso, there's a lot of people's art that it was probably not the best to be showcasing, but
yeah,
that's what comes with decentralization. So
beauty of it.
you leave it up to the user to let them showcase what they want.
That's very fair. I appreciate that feature a lot. Amazing. Thank you so much, Boz. It's amazing. I really love this. Is one of my favorite entries of the first level. I think it's just so fun. It reminds me of what social used to be back before we kind of got on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. It reminds me of those early kind of websites and stuff. So it's super cool, and very much looking forward to seeing the V2s and stuff. So well done. Congratulations for winning a prize, and yeah, keep building.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks so much. So now we're going back to Amir, because this man is a machine when it comes to building. He actually submitted 3 winning projects, which is incredible. So if we can get Amir back on stage to talk about universal ads, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to be having Alex speaking, and Amir will be sharing his screen.
Great.
Alex, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, Alex.
Yep.
Hi, hello. Yeah, I'm going to be kind of giving the high level overview, and then Amir's going to jump in with any of the technical aspects.
Amazing.
But yeah, universal ads is just right up our alley because it promotes the other developers and projects in the ecosystem, and that's what a lot of the things that we're focused on at Arata Labs. So you guys may have seen my posts on Twitter and probably thought Amir was by himself. No, there's a team, and I'm part of that team. So Amir, whenever you're ready, we can start the. Are you there, Amir? Yeah, I think something's happening. Okay, universal ads. This is a great project because often developers are in their own little world and they're just kind of worried about their own little kingdom, and there's not much collaboration. This really helps to promote and support other projects. So what you can do is you start by creating an ad. Amir, are we getting? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so step 1 is you will create an ad campaign, which is like a banner or some sort of ad, okay, about a project. You'll be able to update your ad, change the links, tweak, do certain things, and then here's the beauty. All the people who have cloned this app on their universal profile can share in ad revenues. So the way it works is, if let's say you're going to run your ad for 5 days, it's 1 licks per day. So if it's 10 days, it's 10 licks, and then all the people who've cloned the app will share in the percentage of the licks. So that's a little incentive. This is great for the grid. It helps to promote everyone else's projects, and we're getting great feedback and great interest in wanting to promote their projects by running this ad on the universal ads. So And then one of the other great things about this, it's easy to use. And because one of the things I always tell Amir is, can we do this for normal people? Do you have to be, a programmer or a developer to work these things or understand them? And I am not a programmer or developer, so I'm the test. So if I can do it, then okay, we know it's for everybody, for the masses. Now I think we're going to have Amir jump in here and talk a little bit more about it.
Actually, here is a box. Here is a page. You can see the current active ad. And here is the main page of the dApp, where you can see 3 options here. Here is a create ad. For each ad, you can add title, link, image URL, and the days you can make it active. And per day, you need to spend 1 leaks. And after creating it, it will be active on all grids, on all universal profiles. The second option is about update ad. You can see the current ad information. Here is the manager of this current ad, its name, link, amount, and duration. So you cannot change duration and amount, but you are able to change title, link, image, URL. Finally, the last option is about claim fees. If you clone this dApp to your grid, under your profile, you will be able to claim fees, which is 2% of the current pool. For 5 days, the advertiser spent 5 leaks, so you will be able to claim your reward.
Oh, and one of the things, let me interrupt really quick. One of the things is that we at Arada Labs will promote your ad. So you don't have to, I mean, it's great to have all your friends and tell everybody to clone it, but we will do a lot of the heavy lifting on promoting your ads, getting them cloned on all these various universal files.
Yeah, that's super smart, having that kind of 3-way system where you actually work with the influencers or the celebrities or whoever it is that is going to have the reach to make this a big deal, the advert, and really get it to kind of have eyes. So I really love that kind of thinking. This is amazing. I mean, ad tech is a huge industry, and this is something that is so pioneering in terms of blockchain. It's something that I feel like the advertising industry within blockchain is very, very minute, very small, and not many people are kind of exploring this. But this makes total sense and actually really props up this idea of the creator economy, where influencers can have these ad spaces on their profiles and be making this kind of passive income with their profile. So it's really awesome. I love this build. John, any thoughts?
Yeah, this is a cool one because, when you look at any kind of Web2 social media platform, the biggest source of revenue is still to this day ads, and it's the only way they can really monetize. Now with Web3, that changes, right? A lot of different ways, right? But the problem with the current kind of like ad industry in Web2 is, you've got these entities in the middle, like Facebook, Instagram, what have you. Oftentimes it's a black box. It's hard to know what's botted, what's not. But the beauty of Web3 now is that, you can attach, proof of humanhood now, right? And so in this really direct B2C kind of model, now for the business, they benefit because they don't have to pay unnecessarily fees to a middleman, and then they can also, with proof of humanhood on chain, be able to set like, hey, only pay the ad if certain requirements proving this account is a human, then it gets paid out, right? And one other thing to note is that the common thread I see with Amir as a builder, and I'm sure other people on the team have influenced that as well, is that between the apps, not only are you guys like, what I really like about this is like, not only are you guys thinking about the mechanics, how do I describe this? Like, you're really thinking through the mechanics of, okay, what is this use case? How does it benefit the user? But then allowing other people to come and participate in driving a shorter lead time to whatever that objective is for that use case, right? So in the case of this, and also the previous one, there's an incentivization model for other people to come, and help with whatever that use case is, right? Whether it's, kind of cloning the ad on their profile and then them incentivized to do it. So it's got this multiplayer kind of dynamic to it, which really enhances the kind of virality and
the network effect. Yeah,
that network effect, right? Which is, I mean, it's something that's now possible on Luxo, given these grid systems and everything being saved to accounts. So it's cool. I like
than I did.
that type of thinking. Yeah.
But that's what, yeah, exactly. That's a common thread with most of the, thinking about the community, the ecosystem,
Exactly.
the user experience, all of those things.
Yeah.
And as I'm asking this to everyone, plans for partnerships, integrations, new features. What does the future look like for Universal Ads?
Actually, hopefully we got plenty of ideas, features from the community. We added a feedback page here. Everyone can send their feedback. So hopefully we got plenty of ideas. But I can mention about some of those. For example, advertiser, needs to know more about the users, active users, and who cloned this dApp. So we will try to provide some information, not for sale, of course, for public. So they need to see. For example, if someone adds some more information about their profile, for example, their job, or maybe their gender, and so on. If they update and complete their profile, if they provide more information for advertiser, they will be able to claim more percentage of this pool. So the first feature we would like to cover is about UI UX again. The second one is about providing more information for the advertiser. And there are more features. We will expand this project because community and Rata Labs would like to spend much more time on this project.
That's amazing. That's a really smart idea to incentivize people to share more of their data. Because at the moment it's completely out of your remit. If you have a Facebook profile and you've updated it because you want your friends and family to see, unfortunately, you're allowing advertisers to see that also. And then that goes with everything that you kind of like and the shows that you watch and all that kind of thing. So they have this really targeted advertising, and it doesn't matter how much information you add, you're not benefiting at all from it, by giving them even more kind of targeting. So that's amazing that you'll be able to, earn more money if you're able to, or like have a higher percentage if you give them more information that is kind of like Web 2 information, because the Web 3 information I think is very valuable as well. It might be that advertisers want to advertise to people that have a certain NFT because they know that those people are more likely to do a certain kind of action, right? Or, this collection has more people who are potentially in finance, or that women owned NFTs and things like that. So it's really interesting to see both kind of elements come into play with that.
One thing to add, and Eve, thanks for dropping this. I'm not sure if this was addressed, but it's also really awesome that you can click through the ad and it will go directly to the reference. I'm not sure if we covered that, but saw that comment and wanted to make sure that is known because that makes it extra special.
Yeah, no, totally.
Here is a current manager of the current ad. So he linked to this tweet, as you can see.
Well, we see Twitter. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, when you click on the ad.
Sorry, Amir, can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, advertiser can add a link, so visitors can click on the link on the banner, so it will redirect users to the link. And here is the link for that new standards ad from Ease. So here's the link you can see.
It'll be
Is it?
super cool to like have that click through directly into the grid in the future.
Yeah,
I mean, you
exactly.
can link this to anything, right? It can be a mobile app advertisement. It can be anything, and that's kind of how the typical kind of Web 2 app ads work on Facebook and stuff. So it's pretty much got exactly the same functionality at the moment. The only thing that is missing, but it's clear that you guys are thinking about that as well, is the tracking, and to see how many people, because companies and people will want to know like the click-through rate, for example, and how much they've paid versus how many clicks they got, and all that kind of like data and analytics that come with it, which is something that needs to be built in.
About that, I built a simple dApp, mini dApp. You can add to your grid. So it's about Microsoft Clarity. It records any activity about the users, the visitors, country, devices they use, and it will be extremely useful for advertiser, I suppose.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, we'll keep you on stage because we've got to speak to you again because you actually won one of the Prime grants. But first, I'd like to acknowledge one other core grant project that couldn't join us live today. That is 3D Marketplace. This was a interactive gallery and a marketplace for your grid that's connected to your universal page, so it can display all of your collectibles. Kind of like on Cyber, if anyone's familiar with that. Very, very cool app as well. Was very fun to kind of play around with it on the grid. So even though they're not with us today, we encourage everyone that's on the stream to check out their work, and yeah, go find their mini app. But yes, so we're on our final category, Prime grant winners. Finally, these projects have reached an advanced level of development and we believe are kind of poised to make a significant impact. And this was also based on the amount of people that were using the dApp on the leaderboard. So John, I don't know if you want to just dive in really quick on the leaderboard and explain to anyone who didn't know how that kind of worked, so that was informing the way that we were also judging. If you want to give us a little TLDR.
Yeah, I mean, TLDR is just to bring more transparency and increase the feedback loops of the kind of like traction of the dApps. And so whether you won a prize, whether you didn't, we have a leaderboard. Annalisa, I'm not sure if it's possible to show a link, but basically with
yeah, let me see.
Yeah, with each level, you'd be able to we've got a website which shows a leaderboard, all the dApps. There's different kind of like metrics, whether it's impressions or views of the actual widget, grid installs, unique interactions, total interactions, and then the number of followers as well. And so it's just a fun way for developers, builders, the community as well to follow the progress of the applications. And then I think it's cool because as a developer, when you're, let's say you're promoting or connecting with the community, you see that like real-time feedback, right? And also of other projects as well, to see what they're doing right. And then it just helps with a lot of learning.
Totally. And this is such a unique kind of grant program because really you're going from 1 week where you're building this mini dApp to actually having to ship it, and then almost having to consider, okay, well, there needs to be like some kind of thought put between kind of marketing, because I know that the leaderboard is something that the judges are going to be kind of looking at as well. So I think that that's a really interesting way that we've set up this this grant program and this wave in particular. And it's just so cool to see actual like real-time views and users, the UP followers that they're getting. It's an amazing addition, I think, to like the transparency of how the judging works.
Yeah. And not only on the marketing front, but then you can actually just, track all the apps and be able to see like, oh, why is this app gaining more traction? Like, what is it in the mechanics, right? What makes it special? And then, everyone's, kind of optimizing, I guess.
And vying for that top spot.
yeah, makes it fun too, right? So
yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah. And then one thing you can also see universal profile metadata when you expand each of the items here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So super dope.
Well, talking of the number 1 spot, Giftmoji, everyone project. Welcome back, Amir. Lovely to see your face. So tell us a little bit about Giftmoji. Show us how it works. We want to see.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
want to see what made you get the top spot.
Okay, let me share my screen.
All right, ready to go. I'll add it to the stage.
All right.
Sweet.
Giftmoji allows you to send meaningful emoji gifts with a personal message directly to universal profile. So it's a simple, fun, and on-chain way to connect with others and send vibes on the Luxo blockchain. So let's take a look. Here are the 14 emojis. You can see each of them has an emoji and a counter. How many users gifted this emoji to my profile? As you can see, here's my profile, Rata Labs. Here are the people who gifted emojis to my profile with a message. As you can see, nice work. Okay, the machine. And more messages, as you can see. This project, like the other project, has an admin page. The owner of the contract, owner of this dApp, was able to add more emojis or update the current emojis. As you can see, 14 emojis with different prices here. I'm able to add more emojis. Each emoji needs metadata information. So each of them has a name, emoji, and a price. So let me gift an emoji, for example, to Jordi.
Amir, real quick, do you mind zooming into your browser window so we could see it a little bit closer? Or just like a little Command C action. Yeah, perfect. Yep, awesome.
Okay, cool. So let me send something to Jordi.
Lucky
Okay.
Jordi.
Yeah. Oh, you got a kiss. Okay, Taylor Swift.
Who kissed Jordi?
Okay, let me send another sharing the emoji love. Yeah, the emoji love. I need to sign the transaction. All right, quickly. You can see my profile here with an emoji of and with a message sharing the emoji love. So this is Giftmoji.
Amazing. I feel like this has like a lot of different applications to it, which is so cool. I mean, you can even use it as like a voting app, right? You can put a bit of text above it and say, hey, react with the heart eyes face if you vote for this thing, or react with the birthday cake if you vote for this thing. Set the price to 0 and people can just do it as a free transaction, or really use it as like a fan tool, like a lot of kind of streamers do and things like that, where they get gifts from their followers and people watching their streams. So it's a really, really cool creator economy. Creator economy dApp. And yeah, I love this. And this has gone down so well with our community. Everyone's been sending emojis to each other, gifting them. John, any comments on this one?
No, I think this Gifmoji was super popular, and it's a testament to, as a builder, sometimes you can keep things simple, right? And sometimes if
Plus
it's
one.
super fun, that's you're gonna get that traction, and so there's something for everyone here. You can go as complex as you want, and also as simple as you want. Keeping in mind, what's really going to gain traction. So no, it's great to see. In Amir, like you've been, I think, like you've, I mean, rain or shine, hackathon or not, you've just been like a machine with constantly building on the chain. And I'm just curious, as a person, outside of, this hackathon, like what drives you as a builder? Because it's rare to see. So I'm curious. What's kind of influenced you? Why do you do what you do? And why Luxo? Because you could be hacking on any other chain when there's no hackathon, right? But you continue to build. But I'm curious on the personal side as well. More particularly, if you kind of reflect.
Yeah, okay. I hope I answered your question very well. But I have participated in different hackathons, as Annalisa knows about that. I started to create Rata Labs when I joined to the first hackathon about the Luxo. It was up to, I suppose. I have participated in different hackathons, different projects. I have built almost 100 projects in Web2 and almost 25 projects on Web3. About the Luxo, it was the first thing that I would like to mention is about universal profile. Actually, it's the standards. All of us know about the current problem. Current problem is about to bring in more people on board, use Web3. For example, when I started to talk about Web3 with Alex, it's been a year. I got Alex at Rata Labs. So he told me it's so difficult to remember or write down the seed phrases. It's so hard to talk with people about the current projects on Web3. So it was Luxo. I realized it's a great it's a great project with a great vision. So we are here to solve something. Actually, Fabian, he had pinned something about the price of leaks too. I realized that it's not about leaks. It's not about market price. It's about fixing something, solving something. And as a developer, I like to solve problems in the world. So I chose Luxo to continue to keep. Also, I would like to mention about the community. Luxo community is great. I mentioned it's like, I keep building. It's not about money, to be honest. It's about community. They support me by like tweet, with feedbacks, with positive vibe. They send every day to my Twitter account or other social networks. So it's about Luxury standards. We are here to solve Web3 problems. And the second one is community.
Great answer.
You rock. You're the best.
We very much appreciate you over here.
Thanks, Amir.
Thanks, Amir.
And then can I mention about the next step of the Gifmoji?
Would love to. Would love to hear.
Okay, it's not live yet, but it's on Figma. Here is a new design of Gifmoji. We will try to bring more brands here. Instead of adding Gifmoji, we will try to add some brands as well. For example, like this, or as you can see, here is fish token. You can see, so we will try to add more brands here with the new UI UX. As you can see, there
Well,
are some
Amir, I don't
pages.
think we can see your mural. We see your universal profile. So I
Yeah,
think
we're still
Yeah.
stuck on the old.
Okay,
Oh yeah, we gotta do a new share.
okay.
Thanks, Eve.
Oops.
2 seconds.
I need to share my entire screen. Okay, you can see now. Can you see?
We're just waiting.
Let me try. Can you see?
Yes, now we can see it. Thanks.
Okay, cool. So here's a new design about the Gifmoji. We will try to support brands, so brands can sponsor an emoji here. As you can see, for example, for fish, we designed that emoji, and here for the Dracos, we will release another feature about the Dracos collection, and we will support its emoji. There are certain pages here, homepage. In the second one, instead of showing messages and counter here, we will show those all messages here in the second pages, and third page is about the profile page. You will be able send emoji directly through your profile instead of leaving the screen. So this a few features is the next update, and at the end we will support LSP 8 as well. As you can see, we will try to design some LSP 8 emojis like this, and we will add to the next, let's say, release.
So, because with GIF emoji, when you gift someone an emoji, you can also attach a message. So I guess the middle button you have at the bottom, that's gonna display all the message, almost like a guest book, right?
Yeah, yes, exactly. I will change the icon, and the server one is profile. So home is about emojis, and second one is about messages, and third one is about your profile and sending emoji directly through this page instead of leaving your screen and find the user you want to give.
Nice.
That's very cool. I love it. Always thinking about the next step, always thinking about how you can kind of tie in brands and the kind of monetization angle of things. I think it's super, super smart. So thank you so much for doing us your demo and giving us the rundown. Really appreciate you, Amir. You are one of our go-to builders. So big love to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amir.
All right. Cool.
So last but absolutely not least, we have our dear friend, Ethalorian, with us. Hello, Ethalorian.
Hey, man.
Our backstage producer as well. This man
Yes,
has
thank you.
way more lives than we have, so appreciate all your help here.
Yeah, no problem.
Candidly,
Thanks
this
for
is
hosting.
my first rodeo. Yeah, thank you. I know I keep asking for those watching or in the audience. I keep asking a bunch of questions about running the stream in the private chat because I'm over here like having a panic attack. But thank you. You're keeping us sane. You're keeping me sane. Appreciate it.
You're doing great, Annalisa. You don't need much of my help at all.
Like StreamYard Yoda.
Yeah. Well, 4 hours earlier.
All right, let's get this
cool.
ready to go. Tell us.
All right. So, hi everybody. This hold on. Let me just rewind this just so you know. Believe it or not, I didn't choose to be wearing the exact same thing. It just happened. It's actually a video from before. This is my comfortable basement wear when I'm going to live stream. All right. So instead of doing a live demo, because we've taken the Grid app down because we are actually maintaining it and getting ready for a much bigger launch, here's the video that shows a live demonstration between myself and Connor. And I think this will give everybody a flavor for what Soul Messenger is. Hi, everybody. This is Eth on behalf of Zero X Soul. I've got my friend Kriegel here today helping me demonstrate Soul Messenger. Soul Messenger is, I got to save that. Soul Messenger is a real-time chat application that allows for chatting between universal profiles. Actually, it's something that's needed, I think, and adds a really cool aspect to the Grid. What do you think, Connor? You haven't used it yet. You're going to find out soon.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing this out. So thanks for having me here to see the alpha.
Yeah, no problem. This is actually really exciting. All right, so why don't we go this route? I'm going to show my screen first. So you're actually seeing Soul Messenger here, and Soul Messenger right now sits underneath the Artisan Ally universal profile. It sits within the Grid. So this is actually a full application that sits inside of the Grid. One click connected in, and you can see that I have a couple conversations already here. I've talked with the Lux the Builders. I've talked with Tyler Durden, which is my alt account. I just doxed my alt account, but it's all good. I only use it for development. And we have Artisan Ally. And this is actually really interesting because it's intended to work this way. That is the default conversation when you are on Soul Messenger underneath somebody's platform, underneath somebody's universal profile. So if this sat underneath maybe a brand's universal profile, you'd have that direct message to the owner of the universal profile here. It would be the default message. And you can see earlier I put typing message because I thought I was typing it to AJ, and I just punched it in down here and it went to Artisan Ally, which is interesting. So you can see we can, from this interface, type a message in, hit send. You'll also notice you have profiles and souls. This is a differentiator because we're going to have AI agents on the network, and it acts as a filter. So if you want to talk to the souls that have been awoken on the network, you can click here and filter between the human users and then the AI users to have conversations. And what's cool is you can have conversations with an AI agent. So why don't we start a conversation? So I'm going to click new conversation, and I'm going to punch in Connor's address, and it should, oh, there he is. There's Kriegel. I'm going to start a conversation. So I'm going to start a conversation with Kriegel. I've opened this conversation with Kriegel, and I'm going to say, hey, buddy. And I'm not going to send it yet, although I've got send here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put Kriegel's screen on. I'm going to put Kriegel's screen up here now, and I'm going to hit send shortly. You can see Kriegel is also on that app underneath the Artisan Ally platform, right? But he's logged in. The context is being provided by the mini app, by the up provider inside the Grid. So when I put, hey, buddy, and I do 3, 2, 1, and I hit send.
Wow. Hey, it's right there.
We've started a conversation together, which is cool, like almost real time. That's the very first conversation that we've had. What's nice is Connor can respond. Type in whatever he wants. This is amazing. All right, I'm going to go back to my screen. Now I have my conversation with Kriegel.
And I'm going to hit send in 3, 2, 1.
And real-time chat applications already there. This is amazing.
Wow. It really is amazing.
Right. This is really cool. So this is going to provide an opportunity for universal profiles to connect and chat with one another in kind of that instant messenger type of way. I remember instant messenger, like the AOL instant messenger that I used to have on my computer in college, and I used to live on the thing, just chatting back and forth. This is honestly pretty slick. What do you, I mean, you have to admit, right? I think I'll end it there, right? That's enough of a presentation. We can just chat it out. Yeah, I think that's good. So yeah, so Soul Messenger, just so I'll lay the groundwork here. Soul Messenger is one of a suite of products that are actually coming out attached to the 0x Soul platform. There's a lot of products contained within. The reason why we launched Soul Messenger, even though that it is it's down at the moment, is because we really believe we can't be context switching between universal profiles and then moving out to Twitter to talk or Instagram or other places, because we're moving the user away from the place where we want them to stay. So we needed to find some solution to keep users there where they're willing to, you know, again, stay on the grid longer, linger on the grid, use the mini apps, and messaging is like one of the first things. I mean, I feel like that's a low hanging fruit. This is actually, again, built to be real time, very, very fast. Kind of runs on the same rails as it's almost like a WhatsApp clone, if you think of it that way. That's really how it's running. So it's using universal profiles for the authentication. People will say, is this decentralized? Well, I mean, if you want it to be fast right now, not everything can be maximally decentralized from the beginning. I would say don't sell drugs on this, right? Or don't do anything illegal. Just have nice conversations and we're fine for the time being. Okay. Yeah. So do you have questions?
I was on mute, but I just wanted to say it was really cool to see in the demo how fast it was. Like, it really is real time. So very, very cool to see that demo.
Yeah, real time is like a must, right? Users aren't willing to wait. You can get a better experience somewhere else. So we have to try to provide that same experience within our own suite of applications. That's how we're going to get users, right? You can't compromise.
I agree. So in terms of like the whole privacy and security aspect of things, can you walk us through that, like where you're at the moment, maybe potentially what you would want to do in the future when it comes to that?
Yeah, so I mean, it would be great if we were end-to-end encrypted for messaging here. Like that would be the gold standard. We're not there yet. Everything is being maintained on our servers on the back end. But again, this was just a hackathon submission just to get something going. Like I said, don't do human trafficking or something horrible with these things, right? Like it'd be terrible. But in the roadmap, I mean, that's obviously where we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to a privacy preserving solution, right? We want to make sure that users can enjoy the freedoms of a decentralized network. So I think with Soul Messenger, we're moving towards end-to-end encryption. That's something that we're really that's really important for us.
John, any comments, any thoughts from when you guys were judging this? What you guys were thinking?
No, I mean, definitely slick, and just given where we're at right now in blockchain, I mean, block space is expensive, right? And so it's great you guys were flexible in that sense, where you're kind of weighing up how much of this has to be completely on chain, or and balancing it with usability. So really love that there. I am curious, so when you're messaging someone and they don't have they don't have this widget on their profile, what happens if you message them when they finally add it to their profile through some kind of marketing incentivization mechanism? Do they automatically see kind of the
they would see all the initiated conversations that they've left hanging. So
like message requests.
Why are you ignoring me?
Yeah. What it does is, I mean, again, hackathon submission. So we knew we weren't going to have great distribution
100%.
of this. It needed to be upgraded.
100%.
What you are highlighting, though, is a real need if something like this is going to exist, and that is the need for maybe an LSP1 notification system. So like, hey, Ethelorian's messaged you, why don't you react to this in some way? Like, we know that exists. That has to be worked on for sure.
And I think something else that would be very useful as well is like when you go to message someone, it allowing you like, or telling you that that person doesn't have this installed as well, kind of like what WhatsApp does when they tell you this person doesn't have WhatsApp. So just so you know that when you message them, they're not actually just airing you. It
Right.
might be that they don't have it cloned on their grid. So yeah, super, super cool. I love this.
Yeah. Just for clarification for anybody who watches this, this is meant to be part of a suite of products that all work together in tandem, and actually in the level 2, right? Because this was level 1. Yeah. Level 2 just closed. Soulfeed was a submission, and Soulfeed is actually a reimagination of UFeed. And again, you'll start to see more integrations, kind of more functionality in the direction that you're trying to take this fun, right? Where your mind really wants to go with it.
No, that's awesome.
And
Amazing.
you mentioned the, oh wow, we're a little bit over. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, this is so cool.
It's all good.
One last one.
Yes.
Two if possible. Well, I mean, they're interrelated. So with the Souls tab, yeah, what is your, because I know you've been looking into AI agents, you've been really switched on to that. Yeah, what do you think is the potential and some of the ideas that you're thinking about with AI agents on Luxo in combination with universal profiles? And yeah.
It is, I mean, Fabian himself would say, I think we had this conversation in Bangkok, like universal profiles were built for AI agents, right? It's like a really native space for them to live. And the reason for that is you have this really fine-grained permission system that's been architected called LSP6, the key manager. So you're able to have this agent inhabit this profile, have all the agency of a human user. It's limited by the functions that the framework. So like what you're allowing it to do. So like what machines, tools you're giving it, you can limit it. But if you give it the ability to, the smarter you make the framework, there's no limitation on the profile. The reason for that is this: if you give an agent framework a private key, you really have to guard against it just taking control of that private key and never giving it back to you, right?
Mhm.
Where with the universal profile, in the case of ZeroX Soul, the agent profile is actually managed by a super admin, which is the human. So it's actually a human profile has a key which will allow you to ultimately hit the kill switch on this agent. So the agent can be very powerful. You can add skills to it, but due to the fine-grained permissions, you can really tune up like what this thing is able to do, just at a decentralized level. It doesn't have to be built in some centralized framework. It is a very decentralized management system. It's super flexible. It's gonna, I mean, there's lots of experiments out there, lots of people who are playing around with agents. I think whether they use the Soul framework, which is mostly about relational bonding, or another custom framework that they bring in, they're going to find that universal profiles and the standard sets that have been built on top of LSP0 really give an unparalleled level of functionality, right? Give a lot of control.
Yeah. And like when you look at like all the LSPs, last one, I promise.
Yeah, shoot.
But you know, when you look at the LSPs, like what's in relation to kind of UPs, messaging, AI agents, which ones do you think are most relevant or are pretty kind of powerful when it comes to AI agents on Luxo or universal profiles? Yeah,
I'm going to say 6, right? And like, we know the key manager is a cool thing, or people talk about the key manager as a cool thing, but we haven't even scratched the surface of what the potential for the key manager is.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was sending you the message yesterday. Like, we can take the key manager, and we've talked about this idea of using keys in the background to make the user experience really, really fluid. So from an AI perspective, sure, we can limit AI's ability to interact on a profile. Like, you could say, hey, AI, here's a vault filled with 100 Lux. Trade it all that you want. I give you all the ability in the world to trade out of that LSP9 vault, but you cannot touch anything else. You don't have the key for it. You actually have zero access to anything outside of that vault. So that creates like almost like a silo in which the AI could roam really free, operate with I mean, honestly, a huge runway, but not actually compromise the rest of the assets that might be attached to the vault. That's actually LSP9, but it's powered by LSP6. because LSP6 is that fine-grained permissions. And then from like a user, from like the social aspect, you know, the soul feed submission that we as kind of like an extension to this product. I mean, AJ's a genius. I mean, it's the vision is there. People have talked about it, but he's gone and implemented actually like it's an optimistic UI. So if you're on soul feed, think of it like almost kind of like a Twitter experience. You can post, repost, reply, like, do all those things you want to do. You do it in the front end. It's snappy like you would expect in a Web 2 platform, but you've given a controller key to Soul, and we're just processing transactions in the background. When we think of it as keys, like it's just like a permission set. Like we only have permission to process your social media posts on your behalf because the decentralized architecture underneath requires that, because it is at the end of the day your feed. It's not our feed. You own it. It's an LSP8 contract that is specific to you. So again, that key manager LSP6 is going to allow us to take so much of the UX pain, like so many of the UX pain points, those things where right now you're like, shit, I've got to sign a transaction. I've got to go to the browser extension again, and just remove that from the user. I think that that has an incredible, I don't know, what do we want to call it? Like range of possibilities. And we're only beginning to scratch the surface on it.
Totally. It's like the entire kind of Web 2 experience where, you know, you're allowing Google to have permissions to do certain things, but certain things you don't allow it to have access to, you know. So it's yeah, this total Web 2 experience that we're already used to, just brought to Web 3. I love it.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
I know it's gone on.
No, it's fine.
What I like about these hackathons is it allows it's like fast iterative development. And if everyone is very open and honest about the things that they're developing and open source the right pieces, then this iterative pace this iterative process picks up pace, because one idea leads to like 3 people who are inspired and they all run with that. And it's not about one project coming out with the killer project and then no one else being able to copy it. It works best if everyone is working together and like sharing ideas, because then you just get a better product for the user on the end. So I love Hack the Grid. I love it. It's been great so far. I can't wait to see what comes next.
Me too.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Tara as well.
Yeah. And even like being built, there's a lot of, given it's very social in nature, there's a lot of kind of partnerships or or integrations even between grids, right? Like there's a lot of very complementary kind of features or use cases that could be kind of combined. So yeah, definitely excited to see, you know, over the next few months, but things are buzzing, which is yeah.
Maybe at some point, obviously it's not going to work in this one, but maybe at some point you do like a hackathon where you have to integrate, right? Like you have to get 2 existing products to partner, right? And see what comes out of it. That might be cool.
Yeah. Of an existing previous Hack the Grid project. Ooh.
You could structure it.
Yeah. And you know, whoever passes the baton to that next builder that iterates on it, if they win a prize, then it kind of goes back. And you've got everyone being open to it, right? And then I mean, of course you probably can't do it on chain, but yeah. I mean, yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah, cool. Just saying.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, amazing. Thank you so much, Eth, for joining us. Massive congratulations as well on the win. Very excited to see everything that you do with this Soul Messenger, but then also everything else that you're building. Super, super exciting, and very grateful to have you within our community as well.
Very grateful to have you all as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let me wrap this up because we're a little bit over time. I mean, we did start a little bit late, to be fair, but anyway, thank you so much. I mean, what an incredible lineup of projects. Like every single one of these builders has kind of brought something unique to the Luxo ecosystem. And it's just like inspiring to see how they're utilizing the grid and universal profiles and these Luxo like new age standards to create the applications that like push the boundaries of what is possible in Web3. So a huge thank you to all of the developers that joined us today to present their work, as well as the teams who weren't able to join but still delivered like some amazing projects. And of course, special shout out to our viewers. You are the heart of the Luxo community, and we appreciate your support and engagement. We love you. So if any of these projects caught your interest, I encourage you all to go and check out their work. You can find them all on the grid. And this is just the beginning. So many of these projects will continue developing. And yeah, I personally can't wait to see how they all evolve over time. So speaking of the future, we have some exciting updates to share. We have just closed level 2 of Hack the Grid. So we'll be announcing the winners of that very soon after the judges have been able to do their thing. So keep an eye out for that, because we'll be showcasing even more groundbreaking projects in the coming weeks. But then the excitement doesn't stop there, right? We've got the new opening up of level 3. That's going to be coming very soon, which means a new wave of builders will have an opportunity to apply for these grants, bring their ideas to life, and compete to become the next standout project in the Luxo ecosystem. So if you are a developer that wants to be a part of this, please make sure to follow us on all of our official channels for any updates. And I guess that's all for today. If you enjoyed the showcase, be sure to like, subscribe, follow us for more, retweet this. But thank you everyone for joining on stage, and we will see you soon.
I love this.
Like a true influencer.
Yeah, we've got influencer fun.
We got influencer vibes here. Love it. Part of the DNA of Luxo.
Get ready with me to hack the grid.
Keep hacking the grid.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So.